Hello everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Brenda and David and Sadie. Sadie's not here tonight though, she's out collecting candies. It's Halloween, it's my daughter's birthday. So I don't know if I got a trick or a treat. No, I got a treat. Sometimes when you're a parent makes you wonder, don't it? Okay, what we got tonight, we're going to do some home cooked greens. We got mustard, kale, turnip, see, we got mustard, kale, and turnip. What all did I get? There's the kale, collards. So we got all these greens, and we're going to put them in some, they're right pretty. See how pretty and curly those are? But we're going to put them in a cold saltwater bath. They need to be done like that, because if there's any kind of bugs or anything on them, it'll turn loose. Some of them don't look too pretty in there, do they? Well, they should be alright. I just got them. We'll just wash them and see what happens. So I told you the 4 kinds that we have, and I love mixed greens. I like to just mix them up real good. And now, of course, I got these from Kroger. And you can buy stuff like this all the time at the grocery store. And I got them at Kroger, and they have a good selection of stuff. I don't think I'll keep that one. But with them being at Kroger, I'm thinking maybe they've been washed a little bit, maybe not. So we're still going to go through the process anyhow. And they have to be, you know, washed and washed again.
Did your folks grow greens? My folks did. Oh
Lord, yeah, we growed and canned. If we didn't grow, we didn't eat. That's just, we grew and we grew and we grew.
We did too.
You could probably still do greens right now, because frost won't hurt them.
Yeah, I used to grow them, even a long time ago.
I mean, right now, frost won't hurt them. If we had greens planted, we could still be picking them.
Shoot, Mom would have strawberries all the way up in December.
I don't know how.
Oh, she did. Well, that's the honest truth. I remember that.
I don't know how. How was in the cold, because they won't do nothing.
It was on that sunny side of the hill.
Oh. That
hill stayed sunny all the time. On that hillside, we'd have them all the way up in December. I remember picking them.
But David, you see here what I'm talking about? Just come here, look in the water. You see little brown floaties or anything in there? And see, that's what you got to wash them for, to make sure you get stuff like that out. It's
is that maggots?
No, it ain't maggots. It's just a piece of a leaf or something. But if it's maggots, we're taking these back to Kroger. But they'll have a little something, you know, you got to clean them. Now, the reason why, I've done put salt in there, but the reason why you put salt is because if there's anything on them, it'll turn loose. Nits, fleas, mites, whatever, they'll turn loose.
And what's this dish called tonight?
It's just mixed greens.
Mixed green dish.
It's mixed greens. Not a dish, just mixed greens.
I don't ever recall eating them mixed before. We just mostly had collards when I was.
You eat them. Sometimes I buy them in a can and give them to you.
Well, I know, but I mean cooking them at home.
Fresh?
Yeah, fresh. When we used to pick them, we only had collards that I can remember.
Wonder why?
I don't know. It's probably all that we grew. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to let this water out and start again, because you have to wash them in a couple of saltwater baths. That's the way we've always done it. And so I'll just continue to do it that way. I would rather do it that way and make sure that they're good and clean. Some of these looks kind of tough. I don't know. I guess they're all right. The bugs ate on them pretty bad, it looks like, when they was in the field.
So you gonna do several saltwater baths?
I'm gonna do 2 saltwater baths, and then I'm gonna let that out and do just a clear water bath then, and go from there to the pots. So let me I could put them in a colander, and I'll get them before I need them here in just a minute.
Has that old dirty sink been sterilized?
Of course. I dare you to ask me a question like that.
What did you sterilize it with? What did you sterilize it with? Clorox?
No, I used
I would use liquid plumber if it was me.
You dork. And no, we don't use liquid plumber. He comes up with some stuff, don't he?
No, seriously, what did you clean the sink with?
I usually use Lysol and my dish soap.
Yeah.
It depends. Sometimes I put bleach in my sink. I like to do that, you know. I don't pour bleach in. I don't pour grease in my sink, but there's a way grease will always get in your sink.
Yeah.
If you make tacos, I wipe it out with a paper towel and pour it out and wipe it out, but still, it can still get in your sink. So
this is the second wash?
This is the second wash.
How much salt do you normally use on that when you do that?
Just throw it to it. I can do it again and just show you. Watch, I went, that's pepper, we don't want that. I just went like this. It don't matter a bunch.
Okay.
And you need to let it set a little bit after you mix it in there. Let it set just a little bit.
For how long you think?
10 minutes. And move them around some, so that it can hit all of them. If you got a pile, it's piled together, they need to be opened up and stuff. Just make sure your greens are good and clean. This is the kind of thing that's close to the ground where it grows. And you can see that bugs do eat on them. And even if the bug is not there, you need to wash the spot where it was at. Now, you see that little black thing right there? That could just be a pebble. It could be a dead bug. I don't know what it is. It's hard.
Here, let me have it. I'll eat it.
Feels like a piece of sand. David wants to eat it. I still got it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
But anyway, it'll turn loose of anything that's on it.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta look over us. We're a bunch of nuts, that's for sure. We're hillbillies and we're proud. It's just awesome to be a hillbilly. If you ain't never been one, you'll try.
Just strange genetics.
It is strange genetics. Oh well.
Oh well.
Let's just let that one go.
So you kind of wash them and sort them at the same time?
Yeah, I have been this time in this washing, but I'm getting ready to let this one out, and then the next one I'm going to look them real good because they're going right there in that pan. And
so you're going to wash them 3 times?
Yes.
Okay.
We do 3 times. We do 2 salt waters and 1 clear to rinse them.
Okay, I'll be back just in a second.
Okay. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm getting ready to take those and put them in the pot now, but I thought I would go ahead and get some bacon frying. You can use strip-o-lean, you can use fatback, you can use country ham, you can use bacon. I'm using bacon. I have a
you probably use hog giles too.
I got a something similar to that, but I can't slice it, so it's I can't think of the word I'm looking for. A hock.
Ham hock. Yeah. Those are good.
But I can't cut it up. I wanted to cut it up.
Pig's feet.
I'm going to use the grease and the bacon. Hey, does that look like bacon to you? Look at all that fat.
Looks like a glob of fat meat.
This one does too. Look, little tiny piece of bacon right there. Ugh.
You must have got that at the discount store.
I didn't. You did at Sam's. You just go pick it up. I'll look through it and see if I can see any strips.
All right.
I wouldn't have never bought that. Never. Look at that. I would have never bought that mess. No.
Sorry. It had just a good deal on it. Maybe that's why.
You reckon that'll be enough?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
I'd say it will be. I'll just leave it right there in case.
If there's better pieces down there, get them out and we'll use them. Or I can eat them later.
Well, David, I'm going to put them, all I'm going to do is put them in I'm gonna put them in the meat. In the greens. You're gonna eat them anyway.
You want to hear something gross?
What?
When I was a kid, I used to eat raw bacon.
Ooh, I know this woman.
I'm serious. I used to do that when I was a kid. I don't recommend that, but I used to.
I don't recommend it either. You'll get poisoned.
Yeah, but I used to do it.
Botulism or something.
Yeah.
Listen, my dad worked on the railroad for
Crazy
many
country
years.
cannibals. Crazy country cannibals.
Don't listen to him. We're not cannibals. When my father worked on the railroad, I'm going to tell you a story, but I'm going to leave this out for a few minutes. When my father worked on the railroad, we traveled a lot with him, and we lived in this one place called Oakville, West Virginia. It was real close to where we were from. And so, anyhow, we were there, and I used to be able to walk right down to the store and get what we needed. And I had my two youngest sisters, one on this hip, one on this hip, a thing of sodas here and a bag of groceries here, and that was not easy to tote. So,
What?
it was just nothing. It was just hard.
Your knee bothering you? You want to sit down?
I need to take a break just
All
a
right,
second.
all right, hold on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we had the glass bottles. They were like 8 of them in a pack, I think, 16 ounce ones. They was about that long, you know. But anyhow, it was hard toting all that along. Now I think these.
So what's the rest of the story? I mean, what were you talking about now? Before you took that break, you was talking about carrying kids on your hips and the sisters and the big bottles of pop and groceries. So what?
I went to this store, and see how my mind is. I can't think of the words sometimes, and I get kind of frustrated. But anyway, we'd go down after this store, and there was this woman there, and they had fresh hamburger and that kind of thing in their meat case. Of course, we couldn't get over on the other side, but we would say, "We want some hamburger, please," and she would give the hamburger, but first of all, she'd make her, a good-sized meatball and stuff it in her jaws.
Well, she worked there?
Yeah, it's her parents that owned the store.
Ooh.
And she's like, "Don't tell them, they don't want me doing that because it's not good for me."
I believe it.
And I'm like, "I'm not going to tell it, but you could get sick from that."
So she'd eat the raw hamburger?
Yep.
Well, she must have been hungry. She ain't got time to cook it.
She wasn't hungry, it's just something she liked. She liked to eat it. And I'm like, I don't even like that. I don't like that texture in my mouth at all, and I don't know how she could eat it. Anyway, this was my third bath right here, and the water's been going out, and I've been filling it back up, so it's probably about my 5th or 6th bath. But I think they're washed pretty good.
So you done a little extra on this
one? I got waterlogged. Yeah, they're clean.
Okay.
Heck, I'll eat them, so if I'll eat them, they're clean. And these little stems, some people do, some people don't. I do. They're good. They're good to crunch on.
So you just ate one raw?
Yeah.
Like that woman ate the hamburger meat?
That's a whole lot of difference.
I'm just kidding.
A lot of difference. I'm not going to die from this, I hope.
Well, you've done it before, I have too.
Well, sure.
We'd eat raw turnips, raw green beans.
You eat vegetables like that raw.
Yeah, I know. When we was kids working in the garden, if you was hungry, you just eat a raw green beans. And
my mama craved them onions when she was carrying me. She'd go sit down in the garden and just eat until she couldn't eat no more raw onions. Now, if the greens are old, these could be tough, but they're not tough. Look, it's tender. I just done that to get another bite. To get another bite.
Is all that going to fit in that pot?
If it don't right away, it will. You watch, it will. You know, each one of these tastes different too.
What's called? You got different ones. You just call them mixed greens.
They are mixed. I told y'all I got kale, mustard, collards, and turnip. And I'm mixing them all up. Look at that. That ain't got nothing on it. I'm mad. They ripped me.
We have to look at them when you're doing them. I'm going to get me one. I'm going to stick my dirty hands in there and get one. Is that all right?
As long as you don't touch that one. You're crunching in the camera.
Sorry.
They want you to stop that mess. We're so stupid.
We have to
all we do is look at each other and something done come up, you know. We done come up with something stupid to say.
Well,
we just laugh it off. Now, David, this is not going to fit in the pot, but it's going to be about this tall. It'll wilt down. It'll wilt. Okay, what I done is I went ahead and got them cleaned and put them on top here. They're piled up some, but they'll go down. Now, let me tell you something. If you use these stems, I'm going to tell you, you have to kind of use your own judgment on that, in my opinion. You can use them or you don't have to. I mean, sometimes they can be tough. And it'll do kind of like celery. It'll have a string or something in there. So you just have to, you know, if they're older, I wouldn't use them. And if they're good and fresh, sure, they should cook up just fine. So that's my opinion, though. Y'all do it however, if some of you is used to doing greens, and a lot of people are, especially if you're from the country, a good old thing of greens and cornbread's good for supper with some pintos. Out some fried potatoes. Now I'm going to set this pot over here, and I'm going to put a little water in it. Well, I'm going to clean the mess up over here still yet. I always rinse everything out, and my hands are always wet, it seems like, because I'm always rinsing. And I'm going to put some water in. I rinse this out, and I'm going to put some water in that right there, but not much. Well, I'm going to start out with about 2 cups. Now, I think it ain't going to take 2 cups, but I'm probably going to end up, you can power boil these. What I'm going to say is you can power boil these, and then you can fry them in that skillet. Or you can power boil them till they're tender, and then put this meat and this grease over into it and just let it simmer. And they're very good either way. So I will probably let them simmer. Now let me find the lid to that pot. That might not be an easy chore.
One of your subscribers wanted me to get a shot of your microwave, so I'll do that here just a second after
my what?
Of your microwave.
Why? It's dirty.
I don't know. They just wanted me to. I'll show you. I was answering some of the things last night.
Why they want? Now look. Look. You see what you got now?
Mm-hmm.
It's in a mound. Okay. We'll put the lid on. It's getting hot, by the way, already.
I hear it.
Yeah, you hear that water boiling?
Oh, by the way, I was answering some of your things last night. Couldn't sleep. And there was one of the, they want to know what kind of microwave you got. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I told them I'd do it next time.
General Electric.
It's a General Electric.
It's right here.
I know, but I think they wanted to see the buttons or something other. I know it's something. I don't know. She said something about you'd have to read it, but anyway, there's the microwave. It was a Christmas present from your daughter a few years ago, and
my daughter and my son-in-law.
And I still ain't figured out how to work it.
Hey, I think that's just a lie because he don't want to work it.
I don't know how to work it. Well, I did figure out how to do the 30 seconds on it. That's all I figured out on. That's all I used.
I showed you that.
Yeah, I know. I
showed you how to do 30 seconds.
Well, if I'm going to use it, that's all I need anyways. The 30 seconds, can of ravioli or something.
Oh my goodness! I burnt my hand. I got a life, so I won't cry. Okay. That thing is hot.
Well, don't touch that. You're supposed to touch the top.
I didn't aim to. Well, they wore a mound, and now this is what we got. We got more than a. It's heavy, but it is not a mound anymore.
You want me to stir it?
No, I can stir. I'm gonna lay that down. See, I lay mine down that way. Yes, I know it's hot, but this right here would all be down in the aisle. That water and grease or whatever it was steaming up in that lid. These ought to be good. I'm looking forward to
And
them.
if you turned it the other way and set it down, it would be on that old filthy stove where them mice live in.
I'm gonna turn this eye on the front on a little bit.
You didn't hear me.
I did hear you.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
what are you doing?
I'm going to go ahead and let's take that out. I'm going to let this cook just a little bit more. Some of them's not done enough.
Do you got the eye on? Is it?
It's on. I turned it on just now.
So you somebody's at the door. Trick or treaters.
Trick or treat! Sadie, come here.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on here? Trick or treat?
Yes, trick or treat.
All right, Sadie and Bella
Perry.
and Perry.
Yep. I can barely pick this up.
Good day. Where'd y'all go to?
Hey, how much more did you get?
Wow.
We were the only trick or treaters.
That thing looks like it's loaded down. You know, we don't get trick or treaters anymore like we used to.
No, it was just for her.
Bacon. Wait, what are you making?
This is the greens, mixed greens. I'm sorry you weren't here, but I'll have to. No, it's not done.
Which was doing one of Sadie's cooking shows here a little bit. She likes to help us.
She does cooking shows. What happened to my dots earlier?
We had them.
Did you have good luck, Sadie?
I didn't eat them. I don't know what I done
I
with
didn't
them.
try them. I know you had them.
You want to say bye then?
We're leaving.
You're leaving? Okay.
Well, I've already told everybody Sadie wasn't here tonight, but here she is, and here's her two brothers, her brother and her sister,
On Halloween
on
night.
Halloween night.
Okay, that's good.
We'll have to get Bella into some cooking too.
I know, that would be nice. I would like that,
You
yeah.
want to?
Yeah, I'd love to. We don't live far.
I know you don't.
Just over the hills and down the holler and around the bend.
I'll have to come and meet Nina and then see if she'll let me bring you. We'll have you in some shows too. We've already got, Sadie's got all kinds of fans. They
Yeah, she
love
does.
her.
I watched some of those videos.
Have you?
Yeah, and you subscribed.
Okay, I've got this bacon ready to go in here, some of it. I'm also going to fry a few more pieces because my husband wants some. He loves his fat meat.
And the doctor says I'm supposed to be watching that cholesterol, but it sure is hard
You didn't
discipline.
tell me that part.
Well, that's what they said, watch the cholesterol and exercise.
How come he didn't give you no medicine?
Because probably figured it wouldn't do any good.
Yeah, he probably knows you by now. You won't get it and take it. You won't even hardly take your vitamins.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to pour some of this grease over into here.
Are you going to put some of that in there?
Yeah. Yeah, be real careful with this.
So that's like for flavoring or something?
Yeah. Can I have a paper towel, please? Very dangerous in the maneuver I'm doing right now. So kids, folks, please be careful.
And grease is hot.
Not much of nothing worse than hot grease. Hot anything but grease, oh my goodness, it's awful. Just please be careful if you're trying to pour that from there to there.
So you let it cook for a while after you do that, and
Well, there's still some grease in here. The stove ain't level, so it's all down on its side, but them kids had tons of candy and all they had was one box of dots, and I love dots. See, they're good dots. Well, David, basically, all I'm going to do, I'm going to check them in a minute and see if I got enough salt. Because now I'm going to tell you, I did wash them in salt, but that salt is not on these greens. And so I don't know how salty the bacon is.
they wasn't too interested in sharing their candy with us, were they?
Well, I know.
I guess they figured
One of them said
we were chubby enough.
they had these pillowcases that was half full of candy. Now Sadie told me you can have all you want.
Fry that one up just a little bit more and let me have that one.
No.
That looks like it's going to be a good one.
Why? 'Cause it's straight?
Yeah, but I like it when that fat meat gets kind of crispy.
Get the saucer that we sample. It ain't crispy, but that looks like a saucer. A saucer. It's a bowl.
How am I supposed to know the difference?
David, you live in general, right? What you would normally do, since I'm teaching David too, in case I go before he does, you would, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I'm trying to teach David some stuff in case I go before him. He don't even know what a bowl or a saucer or a plate is. He just gets you something. If it'll go in it, he'll get it. A coffee cup. I asked for a saucer. My poor little David.
You gonna pour the rest of that old goo in there?
No. You think I poured a lot, but I didn't.
Okay.
I only had, what was that, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 10 pieces of bacon in here, and all that cooked up. And, look at all that grease in there. I haven't hardly poured any in there.
Okay. Just a little bit, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to see if it's enough. I'm going to fry you a couple more pieces.
Mmm.
I might not let you have until tomorrow, though.
How long it usually takes, just rough guessing?
You know, you'll have to do a sample tasting to see if you got enough salt. I didn't add no salt yet. And might have to take out some of those. I don't know yet. I have to wait and see. If they're not tender, they'll come out. But they were very tender before I cooked them. But see, they don't have much juice or nothing in them. I put the bacon and some grease in there that I fried. So I'm going to let them cook there just for about 5 or 10 minutes and let them simmer together. Okay, we fried a little bit more bacon so David could have a couple and I could put a couple more in here. And they're done. I actually was going to turn them off and I turned them on high, but they're done. Anyway, we're going to do a taste test. Now, listen, though, I washed these in 2 saltwater baths. That was to get any fleas or anything to turn loose and wash away. And then I washed them in a clean water bath. That is to make sure they're clean, you know, wash all that salt and anything that might be left on off. Okay, now these greens has no salt in them, not even from the bacon. I didn't fry salt pork or anything like that. If you fry salt pork, you might get some fatback, salt pork, strip of lean, country ham. This is just bacon. Looks like fat meat.
Did you have to add salt?
I have added some salt, yes, and we're going to do a little taste here and see. I think that we're going to be good. I'm going to turn them off anyway. We'll do a little taste test here.
Then watch that thing.
I will. I'm good, darling. I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? Watch this other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot.
I know. Well, you're going to. You're the tester. I almost rammed it into the phone. Salt?
I think it's good.
No more salt?
Maybe a little. I guess it's up to preference or
Now,
something.
listen, it's like I've been telling David. David likes salt. I've been trying to tell David to eat things for the taste of their own,
Mm-hmm.
not for a taste of a low salt or whatever. Things has a very good taste of its own. And that's what I've been trying to get David to do, to eat that with its own taste. Food, to me, food is good. It's good. And people cook everything different, but he comes, and we're not pepper eaters, but some things I do put pepper. And, like I'm just telling him, I want you to eat some of the food for its own taste, not for adding this to it and adding that to it. Eat it for its own taste, and it's good. And he's not getting a lot of more salt because it's already
good.
got meat and stuff in it.
It's good.
Well, I put a little more salt. Let me try you again. This one hasn't been in nobody's mouth.
It won't matter.
See all that big old pot of greens that we had? Not much left now. Oh, that's more than enough. Have some good old, we was growing up, here's what we would have with it. Some good old cornbread and some pintos, and that was probably just about it. And we was glad to have it. And let me tell you, we did not go to bed hungry. That was not going to happen. I've probably told y'all before that my mama put a meal on the table. It's not like these children now. I don't like it. I want this and I want that, and you have to fix 2 or 3 things to make everybody happy. Not with us. And we never went to bed hungry. Never. My dad said, you're eating what your mom put on the table, and we was glad to have it. Because we knew to eat and shut up. So we did that. And in the end, when you grow up, you go back to these good old foods that you grew up on. And they're good. And
Yep.
the taste of them is, to me, this is a gourmet taste of its own. It doesn't have to be a country food or a city food or nothing like that. It's just a food with an excellent taste. And it's good.
That's
Is that
good.
better?
It's real good. Yeah.
Okay, we're done. No more salt. We added, I don't know how much salt I added. I'm going to say maybe to that whole big pot of greens, a teaspoon.
I don't think it was that much.
Probably wasn't, but I
I mean, you
added
don't-
some. Remember I told you I added some salt, and then you seen what I added a while ago. So
I don't think it was that
probably
much.
still wasn't a teaspoon. That
No.
would have been a lot.
No, I'd say a quarter at the most.
Maybe a quarter teaspoon at the most, like he's saying. So, let me take a little taste. But I like food, and I like it because, like I said, it's got its own unique taste. Each and everything has its own unique taste, especially if it's homegrown. Oh, it's so good. You don't need to doctor it up with a bunch of stuff. I salt to make the dish what it is, but I don't hardly ever add extra salt. Okay, folks, well, thank you for watching this episode of Cooking, Appalachian Cooking with Brenda and David. And Sadie, of course.
Hope you
And
enjoy.
we may add Bella one of these days.
Okay.
Thanks. We'll see you soon.